Now enabling the streaming. I just ping Wally. Let's see whether she will join or not. Please share the screen for Jordan. Yeah, Wally will join. Let's wait for her. I think maybe we can start it while waiting for Wally. We can talk about the 1.3 RC.1 release. And when Wally joined, we can align with Wally from AWS side. So based on the current status, we still have two issues not addressed for the security audit, right? And if I remember correctly, let me check. Patrick is also working on the PRs. Junjie is working on other PRs, right? And we need Pradesh to review those PRs.
Yes, that's correct.
But yeah,
Yeah.
my PR is in notation goal.
Yeah. So according to the message from last week by Pradesh, he will probably start reviewing PR on Wednesday. So we needed to maybe wait for one more days. And actually this week is the last week of November, and our previous plan is to release 1.3 RC.1 in this release, and also this release will include all the fixes that we need to do for the security audit, and we needed to also align this with audit team. But based on the current status, I think we probably needed to delay the release. So my proposal is that since Pradesh will start review PR on Wednesday, so my proposal will be that we delay 1.3 release for 2 weeks. That in other words, it means that let's try to get 1.3 RC.1 released before middle of December. Basically before the holidays in the Western countries. But this plan also, we needed to confirm the availability with Pradesh whether he can dedicate the time to review the PRs. And also we needed to align this with the audit team to see whether they will be able to include any updates on their security audit reports.
It's Article 2, right?
Oh, yeah, it's RC.2, sorry. Yes. We have RC.1 for audit and RC.2 for the fixes. Yeah, thanks Shui for pointing out. Yeah, so I think once one is joined, we also need to align with on the AWS side. So in case Pritesh cannot review the PRs, whether other folks from AWS side can review the PRs. Any comments on the new proposed date?
Will this date being tracked and public on the milestone?
Yeah, we can update the milestone. I think if from Wednesday is November the 27th, right? This is the date that Pradesh can start reviewing PRs. So the proposal will be 2 weeks after 2 weeks since Pradesh can review the PR. It will be December the 11th for the new target date. Let me check whether we have this kind of milestone. No, we currently we only have the milestone for 1.3, the stable release. Yeah, once we have the new date, we can send out the message in the Slack channel for awareness, and also let me find the previously the issue that we discussed for the 1.3 release plan. I can update that plan and tag the maintainers. Okay, besides those PRs, those 2 PRs for the audit and the other PRs pending for review, do we have any other PRs?
So for my item, that's gonna be 3 PRs, one in notation cargo, one in notation go, and one in notation CLI. So I haven't created the notation go and notation CLI PRs yet, but I think that's gonna happen this week.
Okay, so there will
So
be 3
there will be
PRs,
3
right?
PRs. Yeah.
Okay, it's better that you can maybe send me the list. I can, yeah, in a central
Yeah,
place
sure.
to update the maintainers. Yeah.
Yeah.
How about Junjie? Will there be 1 PR or
Yeah, I only
several
have one
PRs?
PR in Notation Go. And Patrick and Shui have approved and waiting for pre-test.
Okay. Okay. I think that's for the first topic. We need to wait for the AWS side for reviewing the PRs. Okay, maybe we can continue. Is that okay?
Yeah, please go ahead. We can continue.
Yeah, let's move to the next topic. Next one is for the KubeCon EU. I can update my site. So for the CIP, it was already closed, and the Feynman submitted one proposal. Feynman can talk about that later. For me, I'm currently preparing for submit the maintenance track. The deadline is December the 3rd, basically early next week. So my plan is to also looking for a co-speaker working with me together on the track. So currently I'm waiting for confirmation yet. And also if if you also have other channels that you know that someone is interested in the maintenance track, please let me know. I can also work with them to think about the collaboration. Okay, that is for the maintenance track. And Feynman, maybe you can update your proposal.
Yeah, I just saw Vani joined. Maybe we can hang out, stop here for 1 minute and
Okay.
let Vani to keep up to date.
Hi, Vani.
Hi, everyone. Good evening and good morning.
Yeah, currently we are talking about the second topic. So I would like to update you with the first topic, which is about our release 1.3.0 RC.1, which previously we planned to release this week. But based on the current situation, we still have two issues that reported by the security audit team. We didn't finalize yet.
Okay.
And those two issues, we are waiting for Pradesh to review those PRs. So there will be in total 4 PRs, 3 PRs for one issue and 1 PR for another issue. And based on the communication with Pradesh last week, he mentioned that he can start reviewing PR starting from Wednesday this week. So we will see whether Pradesh can do the review starting from Wednesday. But I would like to check in with you whether if Pradesh cannot do the review, whether any other folks from your side can do the PR reviews.
Sure. I'll connect with him sometime today night or tomorrow morning. Yeah, I'll keep you posted on.
Yeah, thank you.
Sure.
And also, yeah. And also, I propose that we will delay this release for 2 weeks. So giving this week to next week for the PR reviews and 1 more week for release. So we will, the new target date for 1.3 RC2 will be December the 11th. That's the new timeline for the 1.3 RC.2. And
that makes sense with all the holidays, Thanksgiving coming. I think that makes sense.
Yeah. Yes, then if we all align with this, I will also after this meeting update the security audit team for our new timeline for the release and also the status for the 2 issues to keep them updated. And we also expect them to update the security audit report to including any fixes that we will do for the 2 issues. Okay, that's the first topic. The second topic we just started. I'm talking about the maintenance track. The CFP for the KubeCon EU was closed. Fabian will talk about his proposal later. For me, I will submit the maintenance track by December 3rd. So I'm also checking in the community that whether we have some users or other contributors or even from different organizations, they are interested in submit this maintenance track with me together as a co-speaker. So Wani, I'm not sure whether you have any contacts that's showing interested in the maintenance track. Maybe you can also check and let me know. I can work with them together to submit the maintenance track.
Sure, I'll check it out.
Yeah. And we basically have this week for preparation and send out the submission early last week. So it's a bit tight, but please, Wendy, please help to check whether any contacts we can have for the maintenance track. Okay. Next, I think Fabian will give an update on his proposal. Fabian, please.
Yeah, would you mind me to share my screen? I have another 2 topics that require screen share.
Sure. Let me stop. Fine. Okay.
Cool. Let me know if you can see my screen.
I can see it.
Yes, can see.
Okay, thanks for the confirmation. I submitted one proposal with the user Rigsfield from Israel. This proposal is mainly for image signing and verification, but the primary focus will be verification part. This user uses notation and ratify in production with a very large scale environment, and they have more than 5,000 paths and more than 1,000 of images per cluster. So it's a very unique and a very new scenario in the community. I collaborated with this user, Roy, to submit a proposal to KubeCon Europe last weekend. So if I got any notification that whether this proposal is accepted or not, I will update you all about the status of this proposal. And I would encourage you to take a look at the other opportunities at KubeCon Europe. I shared the link of KubeCon Europe 2025. There are still some other open opportunities like lightning talk and the maintenance track, just as Yi mentioned, and also the project booth. So if your team are interested in joining the KubeCon, you can collaborate with us for the CFP and also the project booth maintenance track. And then I'm gonna share some updates on the usage dashboard of SCAF that we want to use this dashboard to monitoring the user traffic of Notary project website and documentation. Let me show you how does the SCAF dashboard works on my side. If you remember, we merged one pull request from SCAF team into the Notary project website. And right now, we are able to see how many people, how many new users viewed the Notary project website and how they are engaged with different URLs and the content on our website. So I have the admin access to this tool. So ideally, I can see all the metrics on this dashboard. So briefly speaking, we can know the total views of the website in the past week and how many unique viewers in the past week. And also we can monitor the trend over a certain period, for example, last week, last month, and even longer time. And furthermore, we can get the insights on who are using Notary Project and who are just in a very early stage to get to know this project and viewing the website. So for example, we can know the company name who have been viewed this website. So typically Microsoft is still the top one because there might be some Microsoft teams who are using Notary Project and viewing the documentation. And also you will find the US Department of Veteran Affairs. It's the US government who are actively viewing the Notary Project website. And also the third company is an active viewer. But the limitation here is that as a free plan, we can only get the metrics of the top 3 companies. If we want to see more metrics, we have to upgrade our plan. So we will use the free plan at the moment. And last but not least, we can also see how popular which page it is. So for example, we can see the quick start page is the most popular one, except for the landing page of website. The only thing that is not expected is that we cannot get the version. We cannot get how many versions of the documentation are viewed by users. It only shows the default URL. It's actually the default domain that we use for Notary Project website. We cannot got the traffic of version documentation. That is the thing that I gonna confirm with the staff team. But there might be, we have just 1 week traffic metrics, so we can only see users access the default domain on the internet. Any questions on this dashboard? I can add more collaborators to this dashboard, so you can have the management permission to view and also manage the in-depth data. And also, I noticed that this tool provides us insights on each specific company. So for example, we can see how does this potential user views the Notary Project website and how many events happened after they first viewed this website, and also the detailed information of this company, like their domain name and their company basic information. That's the updates and the current dashboard of Notary Project use documentation traffic monitoring.
Yeah, thanks, Freeman. Can you add me as a collaborator?
I think you are already in. Maybe I
Okay.
need to add Vani and other org maintainers to this dashboard.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
thanks.
Okay, let's
Can
continue.
you send the link? Can you send the
Yeah.
link again in the chat?
Yeah. Please note that only folks who have access permission can see this chat, can see this dashboard. And also, we can view the country-based traffic. We can know where these users come from. Based on the user metrics of last week, the main user traffic comes from United States. Okay, let's continue. I think I just finished the topic of showing the dashboard of the SCAF to demonstrate how we can use that tool to monitor the usage of Notary Project website and documentation. Next, I'm gonna open discussion around the feature, an experimental feature, offline signing. As you may know that at the KubeCon North America, our user, Mercedes-Benz, they shared how they sign container images with HashiCorp Vault plugin, right? If you have already watched the screen, the recording from Jack and Toddy, you will notice that the user is currently using the Vault plugin with notation to sign their container image. And they are in a totally air-gapped environment. It's an offline signing scenario. And they also encourage notation to improve the offline signing experience. As you know that the OCR layout, the signing images with OCR layout, this feature is currently under experimental stage. So I'm thinking whether we should consider moving this feature to stable and also improve the offline signing experience. In the meantime, the notation HashiCorp Vault plugin is also not officially released. I think that's also in a very early stage, experimental stage. So I'm thinking two things. One is considering making the OCI image layout signing to stable or to the next level, and considering release a beta for notation HashiCorp Vault plugin, so that customers like Mercedes-Benz and other customers relying on the offline signing, they can onboard to use these functionalities. Also, I think we can probably involve the user Mercedes-Benz into our discussion and maybe the contribution. They share their interest in contributing to the Notary project, especially the Vault plugin. So I'm thinking that we can also involve Mercedes-Benz into offline signing discussion. But I think it's basically a good proposal for kick off this discussion in the community.
Yeah, I think thanks, Feynman. I think I also watched the recorded video, and I remember they also share the command line, but it seems that they did not use the OCI layout. So my question is that for this feature to be stable, it's better that we can have a user they want to use this, so that we can see whether it meets the user expectation, not only from the functionality point of view, but also from the user experience point of view. I think that's the reason that previously we put this feature as a preview, because we want to have user to provide feedback. But at that time, due to some known issues that for most CI/CD pipelines, they are not able or not easily to introduce the OCI layouts, because they needed to do some big updates on their infrastructure. So it's not possible for user to try this feature. So we didn't get any feedback yet. So I think the only thing is that we need to find a user to use this feature, and we will see whether the current preview maturity is good enough to move to the stable.
Yeah, I think let's reach out to the user message spans, and they are likely to use the OCI layout solution as their offline signing scenario.
Yeah. And you also mentioned the HashiCorp vote, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, currently we are still in the very early stage for that plugin. So I think it will be also a good opportunity for the users, cities, if they want to proceed with the HashiCorp plugin, we maybe can cooperate with them to think about how we can make the plugin to preview and finally to a stable status.
Sounds good.
Yeah,
I will connect with. Please go ahead.
Yeah, I think from my side, for the OCI layout and also the HashiCorp Vault plugin, we just need a user to provide feedback, then we can iterate it and make it stable.
I will talk to the user the spans as a potential user for offline signing, as they have very typical dependency on the Vault plugin and also potentially on the OCI layout.
Yeah, we can. Yeah, we can keep the discussion going, and I also see that the OCI layout could be a good opportunity for our maybe not next, but the one after next KubeCon. It's I mean, providing the sign experience from another angle, and it is more secure. And I didn't see anyone talk about it in recent KubeCons.
Okay. I bring this up because Toddy shared that he met a lot of users, potential users, especially those big enterprises. The scenarios are mainly in air-gapped environment. So I'm thinking that it works as further investment and the improvement for offline signing. Okay, that's all from my side. I will reach out to message spans for further discussion and collaboration in offline signing. Let me stop my screen share.
Thank you. Share it again. Here's my screen again.
Yeah, I can see it.
Okay, I think the last topic is to judge issues. Let's see whether there are any new issues reported recently. I think I did a check just before the meeting. We are good with notation, no new issues. But there are issues in notation Go, I think. Yeah, this one, Junjie graded. Is it related to any secret audit efforts or just
No, we can do it in the future, or I'm not sure whether we need to include in the 1.3. Just a performance improvement, no user experience change.
you can look this happens in which scenario certificate in chain? Can you explain this issue, Junjie? What are this issue?
Yeah, just those two error message almost the same, but the first one render the error message all the time. Because as you can see, the cert dot subject dot string, when called the dot string function, it will render this one to be a string. And then the second one only renders the string when we actually generate the arrow. So that is a little bit different. In the second message, we don't call the dot string function, and the rendering process only triggered when the arrow generated. So just a little bit of performance improvement.
Yeah, I think this a small improvement. I think if we have time, and if it is really easy to fix it, maybe let's just fix it in the upcoming release.
Sure.
It's just the one fix, right?
Maybe multiple error message have
Okay.
similar issue. Yeah, we can update them at the same time.
I think this will not block our release.
Yeah,
If you have time on this and it is easy to fix, let's just do it.
sure.
Uh, should go. Let me put into the 1.3. I will assign to you. Is that okay? Thank you.
Sure.
This 1 month ago, Patrick.
Could you change the assigning to me?
This is what we are working on, right? This one.
Yeah, and I need to rephrase this issue. It's not very accurate, actually.
But this is what you are working on, right?
Yes, but by reading it
Re-
at the moment, it's not very accurate. I need to rephrase it.
So we will do it, and it will be in +3.
Yeah.
For notation Coco, it will be +2. Yeah, we also have a document work to update the cache. This will be on me to do that. Okay, there is another actually we just did a charge for all the due issues. Actually there's another issue I forgot to mention this time. So maybe yeah, this one, the release checklist, I think this will be I remember Fabian, you already have a PR for it, right? The release checklist.
Let me check whether this is the same thing as.
Yeah, I remember we talk about some improvements on this document, but still, when I saw this issue, it seems we still have something not done yet. So maybe you can help to confirm that. Or if not, it is something new that we
There
just
is
put
definitely
the
something
issue
new.
here.
Yeah, that's something new that we didn't incorporate it in our existing checklist. During our previous release process, we find that there are multiple places need to be updated accordingly per new release. This issue is to remind us to update the existing checklist to cover those, to have a more complete list for all of those places that need to be updated, such as CI/CD, package managers, documentation. Currently, we only have the process to release the CLI, the library, but we don't have a comprehensive guidance on what are the user-facing places that we need to update per new release.
Okay, for the CI/CD, do you mean notation GitHub Actions?
Correct.
Okay. Okay, so once we have a new binary, right? Notation GitHub Action, they also need to do some updates, and also for the package manager, do we need to do some manual work, or it will be triggered automatically?
For WinGet, I think it's a manual maintenance. For Homebrew, ideally we have the upstream maintainers to help us update that once we have a new release. But we have to check on the upstream whether this work is taken by Homebrew maintainers or not.
Okay, and for the documentation, what do you mean? The documentation.
For example, the installation guide and also the binder, all of those places that has that have version information, we have to manually update to the latest version.
Okay. So maybe you can help to maybe update this description to add, for example, for what kind of information to be added to the documentation so that we don't forget it. Is that okay?
Yeah, I think since here is we need to have a concrete list in the checklist itself. I can raise a pull request to update the release checklist.
Okay.
This will only reflect the stable release for RC and the beta. We don't need to update these places.
Yes. Okay. So we will keep this issue here. Yeah. Yes, I think I removed this stale label. I did correct and 3 weeks ago. Yeah, otherwise this issue will be closed automatically. Okay. Okay, so any other issue you want to discuss? I think I complete all the things listed in the agenda. Okay, I think currently the most important is the 1.3 RC.2 release because we will delay this release to 2 weeks later, and let's keep monitoring this week whether Pritesh can help to provide the PR review. If not, one day we need your support to find other folks from the AWS side to review those PRs.
Yeah, sure. I'll take care of that as well. Yeah.
Thank you. Junjie, do you want to say something?
No.
Okay, great. Yeah, then we can give back 10 minutes. Thanks, everyone. Have a nice day.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.